like to share this evening?
Oh, wish to take comment?
Yes, sir. The floor is open.
Okay, hang on here. I will. Yes, I will.
Okay.
I've only got one thing to say.
Yes, sir.
How come the agenda ain't posted out front? By law, it's supposed to be posted out front in so many hours before the meeting,
48
or
hours.
you can't have a meeting.
Has it been removed, sir?
Post
To
the
my
agenda.
knowledge, it was posted.
It's
You're
supposed to
saying-
be posted so many hours before the meeting.
Yes,
It ain't
sir.
out there.
Was it removed? Because it was posted.
You know, there's an old one out there, but there ain't no new one.
Okay, I'll bring that to the attention of the acting clerk for what we have, but I'm almost certain that it was posted. So,
Not that I know of.
would you like a copy of one for while
Nope.
you're sitting here? Okay. We have had trouble with people removing things off.
When was it posted?
I didn't post it, sir. The acting clerk posted it when she wrote it out.
It hadn't been put up.
I believe it has. I believe it's.
Well,
you
it
said it's
hasn't.
down.
It hasn't even been put up. I get the mail every day and look every day at the board.
Okay. All right. Okay.
There ain't nothing been touched on that board. Not a thing.
Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I'll find out what happened to the minute, to the agenda.
I don't think anybody put anything up. They forgot to put it up.
Well, okay. While we're looking at minutes,
Oh, and where's all the blue books at? We got any blue books for the meetings or anything like that?
I'm not sure what you're asking about.
The law books. Where'd they all disappear to? The blue books you go by
You think
with...
someone took the sign off the board and you think someone's taken our blue books?
No, the blue books we go by. You know what I'm trying to say?
I am out.
Well, you got like a blue book.
Each board member has one, and they will be returning those in after, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but they signed
Okay.
those out.
I thought everybody had a blue book or something to hand out when you start a meeting.
Everyone who has a book signed out for a book,
Uh-huh.
and they return that after their term is done.
Okay.
Is that what you're requesting?
Well, I noticed somebody was reading with one last time we was here.
Okay.
Ain't that supposed to be turned in?
Not if you pay for it yourself, it don't.
Yep.
Okay.
That I'd like to see a receipt on.
That's my personal business, it's none of yours. That was actually my brother's book that he paid for.
Yeah. Everybody pays for everything.
I'm trying to get to my
Anybody
timer.
with any sense does, because the town, they know the town don't have any money.
Oh, yes, you're right.
You interrupted me in my minutes.
I'm like, brushing
Talking.
my teeth.
I'll interrupt anybody that's accusing me of something, don't you think I won't?
You interrupted me like you was on the board meeting.
I'm not.
You did.
I
Sitting
didn't
there
realize
reading
he
the
was
book, you did.
addressing you. My apologies. But the board members do have a book, and if you have the book that you purchased some time ago, I'm sorry that he's asking you about that now.
It's okay.
I didn't realize
It's fine.
that's what he was referring to. John, do you have any, David, do you have anything else you'd like to share with us this evening? Anything else?
That'd be it.
Peggy, would you like to share anything with us this evening?
No, I don't have anything. I'm just here to observe.
Peggy Walling is also a visitor this evening. Okay. Then I can- Okay. Does anybody have an objection to Stacy giving us a water report while we're still reviewing? Okay.
Bill says water levels are being maintained and chlorine is at the level that it's supposed to be. Everything's good, mowing has started. And that's it for the water report.
Thank you. Also, I wanted to take this opportunity while we're reviewing to thank our trustees for serving with us, the time period that you've been with us, and
Yes, thank you.
I want to thank all our village for voting this last vote time. I'm sure that all the trustees and mayor candidates did appreciate their time and effort. Okay. Can I entertain a motion to approve minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Are we approving all 3 sets of minutes or one at a time?
One at a time, please.
Okay.
I haven't had time.
All right, I'm going to start with the latest one. That would be the February minutes.
Yes, I've read those. I will make a motion. Oh, wait. Okay, yes, I'll make a motion.
So we have a first from Leon and a second from Stacy. Martha?
Yes.
Yay. And Linda is a yay. As you're reviewing your closed minutes for March 9th, I do remind you that those are not to be shared.
I'm just when everybody else is.
I can motion to approve the March 9th minutes. I'll do the first on that one there.
I'll make a second.
Thank you. And Stacy?
Yes.
And then the special closed session.
I will make a motion.
Closed session, I need a second.
A second.
Well, the only problem is that phone I turned that off. Okay, so we have a first and a second, and then we have Leon, special, closed session, March minutes. Yea or nay?
Yes.
When you're ready.
Yes.
Okay. And Linda is a yes. Okay, we're still looking over the bills. On old business, we have Clearway presentation. Does anyone have anything to say about that? Anything you want to add about it?
But I do have my notes from last night and I do want to make a comment.
Okay.
You just gotta let me find them.
Sure.
Sorry, guys.
You're fine.
I thought I was organized till I threw everything in my car.
many notes and I need to learn to write them in one book.
You want comments about that?
It's on the old business, so I wanted to know if anybody had anything they wanted to add or say about the Clearway presentation.
I just want to say I do remember asking them how long it would be before anything would be offered to us, and I was quoted anywhere from 4 years to 20 years, if that. I want that on the record.
Thank you. And you know, I went and asked the alternative route why that fell through, what could they share with me. And it was a matter of them starting business a little before they had approved anything going on. And also, one resident said that they did in fact offer them money to start to lay the line on their property. And I do recall that we did not have any monetary involvement on that.
No, they didn't offer us any.
Yeah. But I think they just gave up on us, and so they may come back and approach us, I don't know, but right now there's nothing more on that.
You think they have to give up on this?
I think so, but I know, I think they were on a timeline.
I'm sure.
Okay, and I believe minutes are still going around, and I have to review one more time before I can look at that also. So I'm gonna go ahead and go on.
Minutes, you mean bills?
Bills, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go on to the ordinance violations and letters. As you recall, last month I did say that we talked about giving a general letter, and it was also posted outside just saying that it's time for spring cleanup and being aware of what the nuisances were. And I did send letters out. No citations have gone out. I did want to show you all a copy of what citations would look like. If a citation does go out, then we have to follow through with a hearing, give them an opportunity to clean it up. Certain things have a certain amount of time, 5 days, 90 days, to take care of the situation at hand. Our ordinance says if they do not take care of the situations or get a hold of us for a hearing, then we would in fact go ahead and schedule the cleanup, the work to be done ourselves, and then charge them for it. Here's a copy of those letters, and then where they can be found in your ordinances, if you'll take a peek and pass that around. I personally do not think that violation letters or citations should go out until we have the opportunity for them to do something about it. We do have the spring dumpster coming through on May 26th, so that's a way a lot of them would get rid of it or get taking care of their things. I also saw in the paper recently an advertisement for someone who picks up appliances. I was thinking perhaps we could put that on the board to give people an extra idea where they can get rid of those type things.
Usually, appliances don't sit around. Somebody will go around and pick them
For
up.
scrap metal or something. But there, I did see a number that I thought, I mean, if it's okay with everyone else, that we could go ahead and just post that as a courtesy.
Mhm. At least they'd have an opportunity to say yes or no.
Stacy, you did say that you had a list of what the trash pickup people will pick up.
I do not have
We
to
will,
be tonight.
well, we won't need it posted until after the May
Right.
meeting, because we'll announce it again in the May meeting and then get it up there on the board so everyone to see.
Okay.
While you guys are looking over these letters, I'll go ahead and read a little bit of it. dangerous and unsafe buildings, it gives them 90 days to take care of that. The one that in mine is the burnt house across the street. Back in 2018, I don't know if she was the owner or not, but someone come to a meeting and said they had it arranged for cleanup to start as soon as it dried up. And that did not take place. And so we did send an awareness letter to the owner so that they'd have an opportunity to
How
start.
come I got the only ordinance in town to move my stuff? Nobody else got one.
David, you're mistaken. I said I did send out letters. Okay? Let us go ahead and conduct our business, please. And then another one that's on here is inoperable vehicles. Well, I'm not going to try to start a vehicle and see if it's working or not. So they can be aware of it, and then we'll see what they do about it. If it's licensed, and if they can move it from one spot to another, it's the deadline is 7 days, and then if they have they can appeal and have 5 days notice for that. I do think in the ordinance it says something about if you cover a vehicle, that then we will not pursue it.
Were those certified letters?
No, they were not. Because it was a courtesy letter, I didn't realize it would be certified.
Okay. I was just curious.
I think it's like $12 a letter. That would be quite a bit going on there. Let's see. This one here is about nuisance violation. That can, a lot of things can fall under that. There's trash, there's noise, there's quite a bit. Here's another one, unlawful garbage and debris. And that talks about even if you've got enough garbage in your yard that it's picking it up with a storm and moving it into someone else's yard, then that's not good. And so that one is a 5-day also. And people know if they have trash in their yard or not. So by just giving them a courtesy letter for them to be aware is a good start. Especially with spring coming on, trash dumpster coming. I looked briefly on what it would cost to get a dumpster to remove some of the trash that's sitting on the side of the road, and it was terribly expensive. So I'd really like to give people an opportunity to take care of that first. I do know that the there's furniture on Main Street here, and the one person had the courtesy to go ahead and move it back to the garage and are waiting for the spring dumpster. And that would be the wise thing to do. I think I know the ordinance says that if you have furniture or trash to be picked out, large trash, if it's not picked up within 72 hours, then it needs to be moved back off of the road. So.
Would you repeat that a little again, what you just said? I couldn't hardly hear you.
If you have large trash on the side of the road that you think that the trash people are going to pick up, and they do not pick it up, you need to remove it back off the road within 72 hours after the expected pickup time.
Trash? What kind of trash?
Large trash, anything that you might be having put out for what you think is for pickup that you thought the trash man would get, or even if you had arranged for someone to come pick up some trash, a large item off of your side of your road, if they do not show up when you expected them to, and it's on the side of the road for more than 72 hours, that's a violation.
Oh, okay. In other words, if you can't have it in your yard, you can't have it out in the street, you don't provide a dumpster, so what do you do with it?
Yeah. We're having trash pickup on May 26th.
Yeah, but
And until then, I suppose, are you talking about your
yeah,
trash?
what if we could buy a couch?
Well, you could probably put that in your garage until you're able to put it out for dumpster day.
Well, town should provide something to get rid of that
Yes,
stuff.
sir, we are on
We're getting ready to
dumpster
do
day.
that.
May
Thank you.
26th.
Well, anyway, thank you. That's how that's working. Okay, while we're still reviewing the bills, I'm going to talk about the discussion and vote on estimate for town hall roof and interior work. We are not prepared for a vote on that. I do have a copy of the estimates that I have, if you would share that. I did contact USDA. We don't have three of one type. We've got flat roof, we've got cable roof. So we're trying to get three of the same kind so we don't have apples and oranges, so we have a better comparison. Having a difficult time doing that. We've been working on this for months. But they did ask me to go ahead and ask the board to tell me what you prefer. If you prefer a pitched roof or a flat roof. So if we can take a vote on that, and look at the prices on that, and they're going to vary. A flat roof is going to be a little smaller, or a lower amount than a pitched roof. However, we are also trying to get in that bid 2 new garage doors and 3 interior doors. Each is given that, and that
New tile.
new roof, new tile, new grid that goes with it. So I believe we have. I've got it written here. Graver, which is the metal roof, and they do no interior work. So just their roof alone is going to be running about $32,000. Spear, the rubber roof with interior work and garage doors, is running about $45,000. West Construction has given me 2 estimates. One is for an interior, the roof, flat roof, interior and garage doors, and that is looking at $27,000. And then
Who was that?
West, and they are the same group that did the shelter house. Yes, and their pitched roof with interior and garage doors is $42,000. So that's what we've gotten so far. Mr. Jeff Linson is also working on an estimate for me that is a Duralast membrane. Basically, that's another flat roof. So he's trying to I told him I want the interior work.
I think that's what's on there now, isn't
Yes.
it, Peggy?
The flat.
And he's the one that repaired it last time also. So we know that really doesn't have a good stability because I know this has been leaking since 18. We had it
It's
leaked.
been coated,
4 or 5 times.
yeah, in the last 6, 7 years.
But he is also going to give us a estimate on a pitched roof. He does not do interior work. He has someone that he is associated with, and I said that person also needed to be licensed and bonded to be able to work for us. And so that would be a separate estimate when he does bring that to our attention.
Did we get a grant for this?
Yes, we are applying for a grant for this.
Oh, okay.
We've been working on it for some time. And like I said, I did speak with Kim is out and will be out for another couple of weeks, so we're going to be working with Abby also to help us figure out. But she sent me more paperwork, guidelines of what to go ahead and start filling it out. But she does want to know for sure which way we want to go. If we get Linson's bid in anytime soon, I would like to go ahead and ask the mayor to call a special meeting so that we can just determine on which roof we really want to go with and submit it. They're going to look at all 3 or 4 or 5, whatever we get, and then pretty well tell us what they're willing to do. But we'll try the best that we can. That's my understanding talking with them. Okay. I do think that Mr. Linson is leaning toward that Duralast, so I won't get everybody's hopes there. Okay. Okay.
If there's anybody that could help us with grant wording, Illinois is going to be flush with money because Uncle Sam is pumping a lot of money into these Democratic states. Hate to say that, but it's true. And Illinois is a Democratic state, and they're going to get a lot of money.
I have been brought aware of a COVID relief. It's good for March of last year till June, and there's only a handful of things that you can put on there. But Christina and I have looked at it, and we're going to try to pull those numbers together If we can't get it together with her, then we'll try with, the treasurer. And, work on that. And then, okay, I think the bills have gone around, everybody's had a chance to review, initial. Do you have a pen? I don't want an initial and pencil, thank you. Pass those. And so, can I entertain a motion to pass the bills? First,
Do it for,
bills,
I'll make a motion.
in a second,
Second.
and Linda votes yes. Stacy,
Yes.
bills. Okay. Okay, the discussion and vote on motor fuel rebuild grant proposal. I had introduced the proposal that, project that I had in mind of building a parking lot. I have talked with motor fuel tax on that information. They have approved it. They have asked me to ask the board your vote on it if you want to go in that route. We still may have monies left to do other things also. Mind you, this is still motor fuel tax money, so it has to be spent in that category. However, because it's a rebuild grant, they are giving grace for that
Can I have
also.
my 8 pence?
Sorry. And let me see what I have to show you on that. Well, first is just are you interested in the parking lot? I need to take a vote yes or no on that. So I'm gonna write motor fuel tax. Here, I've got this paper here. Do I, rebuild project for a parking lot? Do I have a motion for a first?
You're talking about north of this building.
Yes, I'm sorry,
Where
let me
this house
explain
is
that. Yes, sir, it is, the possibility of buying the house next to City Hall, taking it down and putting in a parking lot and possible lock storage in the back part of it closer to the garage. Let me see if I have the 218 North Main Street.
You're asking if I'm in favor of that?
And yes, and I can tell you, since I'm the one working on the project, I will motion the first on that, because I'm all in support. Stacy, would you mind writing on this one? I'd like this one to go around the table. And so the motion first, there's Linda Johnson. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
And then if you two would take the liberty of writing your vote on there, and then I'll read that accordingly.
Leon needs to put,
He's a second.
do I fill it out?
Fill it out.
You can, that's fine.
Well, yeah, fill it
Is
out.
it Leon Rayburn?
Well, yes, ma'am.
And then our vote for Martha and Stacy. Martha, are you approving the parking lot going
Yeah.
for? Yes. And Stacy, you're approving going forward with the rebuild.
Put that on here?
That's fine, that's where it goes. And then she'll make a photocopy of that to go in the minutes.
No, I'm gonna ask you, what does this, what does that cover? That covers the cleanup of the house,
Yes. I was-
clearing that lot?
Yes, Motor Fuel Tax Rebuild Grant has written a resolution that
Yeah.
will allow us to purchase the house, tear the house down, and put in a parking lot. They've allowed $20,000 to do that with. Okay? In order to do this, we have the resolution from motor fuel tax. And so now that we voted that, yes, we're in favor of doing this project, now we need to,
Well, I haven't voted yet.
oh, yep, sorry. You're right. We only have 3 to 1.
But it still
Yes, sir.
favors me, so you're fine.
Your thoughts?
So let me get this straight. How big's this parking lot gonna be?
That I do not have the dimensions on. We had the engineer come and take a look, but because we were going with rock, we would not need the expense of the engineer. So I don't know the exact measurements. The resolution for motor fuel tax allowed $12,000 for the third part of the project.
And then half will be for parking and other half will be for rock storage. Can it both be utilized?
Yes, that will be our decision as the time comes.
I
and we
don't think
see-
you have to do that, do you? You can make one or the other bigger than the other one. I mean,
Yeah, if we wanted to put just straight parking in the front, like this right here, and then have the back entrance for rock storage or so forth in the back, that's fine too. If we just wanna have chat back there so it's easier for the tractors and so forth to move out, that will work also. Once we obtain the lot, we're allowed to use it in that manner, parking lot
yeah.
/ storage. And we can determine where
Main
things
thing
need
is
to
we're
go.
gonna get the money to do that.
Right, and we don't want it to be an eyesore for anyone, so we will take good care of it. We don't want it, I don't want the rigs looking out the back door and thinking, what is that mess of rock, you know? So, we'll have
Ain't
to,
that supposed to be fenced in too?
I don't know that it has to be the fence, it's not fenced in over here.
It's supposed to be.
I think this will be a good opportunity too for us to get that rock off of the, out of the park.
If it does need fenced in, we'll have money left to do that.
And
In case a kid gets there and it covers him up.
And
Well, I say, if that's the case, we need to fence in that
Yeah.
wood
Up
pile.
by there.
Should be fenced up there.
so,
But yet, we're all worried about a bus stop up there with that gravel, so what does it matter?
Mr. King, thank you for your thought on that, and I will look into it. If we do need to fence that, I do think there's a possibility that this motor fuel tax rebuild grant
Yeah.
will cover that also,
Yeah.
because it would fall under a 10, what was it, a 10 or 13-year improvement? Remember reading that when I
Yeah.
shared that with you guys?
Yeah.
So that's a possibility.
So
Any
fence
other
would
motor
do.
fuel tax money has to be spent on roads and chips and so of that sort. This is just a little more leadway. Okay. So,
Any other stuff we can spend that money on besides the
I'm a
parking
yay.
lot?
okay, thank you. And then, so then, our next step for this part then, okay, would be the, this one here I'm gonna pass around, thank you. And it is I'm gonna show you the resolution that motor fuel tax has, proposed, and it shows that they have allowed the purchase of the house, the tear down of the house, and a total up to $20,000 for the, processing of the parking lot. This is, a resolution just like what we get for chip and seal, that type, you know, how we get that, and it shows how much we're allowed to do on each road and so forth.
The idea of it too is we don't end up with a house like we got down here on Main Street.
Another abandoned house.
And we're looking at another eyesore, and it doesn't make anybody's property any good to have stuff like that.
Okay, and so this
And
is,
Stacy already paid for it, so.
Stacy, I'm gonna hand you this one. This will, and this is the resolution for the motor fuel tax. We'll need a first and a second and a vote on that. And then that will go around the table also. Here's a copy of what, of that, Stacy. And if I can have that back, please.
Is this the same as that?
It's, the copy for,
Oh, for this.
yes,
financial shape where we could, like, for instance, buy the property, tear the house down, sell the lot, try to recoup part of the money.
Sell a lot.
That'd be a whole
Sell the
other,
lot.
another ball.
We buy the lot with a,
We're not in the real estate.
You never want to sell anything Bellmont owns.
I'm just telling you, just listen. You buy the lot and the house, sell the lot, and the house is gone. But like you say, you can't sell, you can't do that. That's how Vanderburgh County does it. They buy it, tear the lot, or tear the house down. then-
Bellmont can't sell it a lot. Shouldn't. If that Bellmont town owns it, you should keep it.
Well,
You might need it for down the line of years.
might. Anyway, we're not in financial shape to do that.
Well, should be spending $1,000 on something else besides a parking lot then.
Does
No.
anybody have any question about what they saw on the, resolution for motor fuel tax?
No.
Okay, so, Stacy has the, paperwork there. I'd like entertain a motion for a first to approve the resolution.
Stacy.
Leon,
Yeah,
you're making a motion, right?
yeah, I guess I will.
Just asking, I don't wanna be accused of saying you are.
And a second, please. I'll- Martha, I vote yes, please. And Stacy?
Yes.
Yeah, sell a lot, I'll give you 10,000 cash.
And then, moving forward, because it is a purchase of a property that, requires an ordinance prepared from the attorney allowing us to do a real estate purchase. And so, Stacy, I'm going to hand you, the same, verbal order here that will take a vote on that after everyone has reviewed, the outline of that ordinance.
The city attorney is gonna do the paperwork for this. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's what.
I think it looks like I wrote project instead of project. I'd like to tell everyone too that the old recorder that we used to have and that they no longer had the cord to, I was able to locate a new cord, it had to get 2 cord systems, but we do have those now, and we'll be trying it out this evening to see if it will transfer over again. At any time, if I've gone too fast, please stop and ask anything. But we have been reviewing this for months.
This will allow the village to have the deed to that lot.
Yes, that is what the attorney is about.
Yeah.
The attorney will do the quick deed transfer and transfer the monies. That will all be done at the courthouse. He can do it at the office, which might save us a penny or two if we go ahead and get the deed and take it up to him, and then he files that way. He charges for travel time and so forth, and
That's not a big deal.
yes. I saw that Brown's got a new attorney. The Browns Village, charging a little bit less than ours. any questions about the ordinance written up by the attorney? Once this is voted on and passed, if passed, then we will proceed with the motor fuel tax rebuild grant project. And then the attorney will take care of the rest of the business about filing and so forth. There is another small fee for the filing of the deed. And as we saw here, we will be paying 2020 taxes. I did check on that, and I believe that was $295, in addition to, I think, a $65 fee. And of course, there will be attorney fees. So we'll take a entertain a motion for first on that ordinance by the attorney.
I'll make a motion.
A second.
I'll second it.
Linda says yes. Martha?
Yes.
Okay. We have an update on Watler and treasure status. Christina James has been working with that company. She's been going in an hour, 2 hours here and there where she can. They've got all the accounts built into, all the residence account, water accounts built into the system. And they're hoping to be in full start May 1st. They will not have everything complete that they can do it on their own. They will still need to retain Christina. So we need to decide that yes, we're going to continue to pay her the month of May. We have not accepted her resignation yet. She is willing to continue to go forward. I have tried to meet with them a couple of times myself to try to pick up the slack that we won't have the people to fill yet. And what I saw yesterday, right now we send out a card that has all that information on it so that we don't get caught in that, past due, the percentage due, late fees and all that. All that has been transformed onto the form that's going out now. It is a full sheet of paper opposed to a postcard, and we're looking at, we're hoping that we can fold it, 3-fold it, close it, and stamp it, because it just goes from the post office straight to their box. That will save us the price of an envelope, which in the long run would be a little bit, but it still is the full price stamp on it, opposed to the other one being a little less. However, being printed on paper by the company in the QuickBooks is saving us what it was costing us for Corwin to be printing. So we're going to balance out on that one. They had agreed to write checks for the employees. We need to decide if, right now he gets paid weekly. It's going to be easier for us if he gets paid bi-weekly like most folks. Just for the convenience of him being able to pick it up and get his hours in and turn hours 2 weeks at a time. I do think that I don't have that on the agenda for this evening for a vote, so I just bring it to your attention and we'll put that to the board next month to vote on.
Good, I'd like to talk to the employee about that.
Yeah,
His
give him an
financial
opportunity,
situation.
because that will actually set him back 1 week. You know how when you first start a job, it seems like you work 3 weeks before you get that first check? So we would very much want him to be aware that we might need to go that route. There is also a payroll part that was not mentioned in the beginning that is an additional cost. I believe it was $195. I'll have those definite amounts in May before we agree to it. And it's where they will do his W-2s and so forth. At the end of the year, instead of just writing the checks, that they'll be doing his W-2s also. And so we're going to be continuing to keep Christina on till we can get this
I thought that's what our
complete.
accountant did.
The payrolls,
The
I'll get that
W-2s.
understood. Yeah, but see, I guess when we wrote that up, we said that they would do the checks, but we didn't specify payroll. There's another term involved there that didn't get caught, so I'll learn more about it and we'll present it next month to know exactly what that is. And I'll stay on that. The last thing on the agenda is motor fuel tax roads for 2021. Last month, Mr. Raver had told us that he did in fact, get all that information passed in. And, I'll give you a chance to look at that. It's 2 pages of roads that he recommends that needs to be done. I have submitted this to, motor fuel tax, but we have not asked them to write up a resolution for us yet because the board can still look at it and tell me what they like, not like, what we want more. It's been suggested to me that we try to get, ditches cleaned out. Remember back in 2018, we had that on the agenda, and bad weather came and they didn't get to that road till late. But, we were gonna rent equipment to get those ditches cleaned out. So I think it's a good idea to try to get that on there now. Ditches cleaned out, culverts, cleaned. And of course, the culverts cleaned, I believe that's the fire department helping us do that part.
Are you asking me?
No, I'm sorry,
Oh.
there's someone outside.
Oh.
They caught my eye.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Sorry, I
don't
looked
think
right
it's
past
their
you there.
duty to do that.
Do you wanna see that, or?
What is it?
Leon prepared this and, submitted this.
Is that up there, the Main Street one, is that up there in front of Peggy's house?
Which one is it? You ask me which one it is. Center of First. Yes.
Okay.
May I see that?
Does he see it?
Yeah, he can take a look at it. It stays in the office here, he can take a look at it. The proposed road so far at this time. And then we'll,
Nothing's set in stone, so that's
Yeah.
just what's
No,
proposed.
we
No,
can
we-
subtract or add.
that's
whatever.
why I'm bringing it here this evening so that you guys can take a
Did
look
they
at
give you
it.
a budget on this already?
They do give me a budget.
Well,
As
They
to
give
what-
me a cost of what it would cost.
and we'll be
Something
adding to that
less than
more than
13,000.
likely so far.
Yeah, we'll be adding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On that second page there.
12,800 and some dollars.
I can't remember how much we spent last year. Can you guys remember off the top of your head? I know it was just 6-7 months ago, but
I don't remember.
so. And, this is the first that I've had this to be able to show that we'll,
Is this for cleaning the ditches out?
no, this does
No.
not have the estimate for
Chip and
ditches.
seal only.
Ditches will require us renting an equipment and someone to run that equipment. Back when we were originally gonna do it, we had Donald Camp as an employee and he could run the tractor. Well, the particular, I don't know much
Backhoes.
about tractors
Backhoes.
myself. Yeah, so. Okay, so I just, I'd like you all to be thinking on that, now that you've seen that, what else you'd like to put on it, not put on it, take away or give. Guys, that is all I have this evening. Would, anyone else like to add?
No, we need to,
Which one?
we would do the water bill.
You did the water report.
Did we approve the bills?
You approved the bills, let me look over
Past
here.
minutes all done?
We got all 3 minutes done, we got water report, we've got bills, motor fuel tax vote to pass it on, the resolution to pass on, the ordinance to pass on. And then we reviewed the resolution for motor fuel tax for 2021, but we're not making a vote on it yet because we were gonna review that add-on. But the fact that we've already got it into, Mount Carmel stabilization,
Can you tell me who, passed the bills, please? I didn't
oh,
put
I'm
that in
sorry,
my
sure.
notes.
Motion for bills, first was Leon, second was Martha, Linda said yes, Stacy said yes. Okay, I did submit this paperwork that Leon gave me to, motor fuel tax, so that they can start working on that resolution. But it's a matter of a phone call or email to say, may we add this on? And then once he gets the resolution to us, then we will bring it to the board and have it voted on at that time.
Don't forget the spring trash pickup is May 26th.
May 26th. And like I said, in the May meeting, we will get that posted
I
outside
will
again.
try to get that posted before that meeting.
So the next meeting will be May 11th, is that correct? You guys look at me like did she know or not? Tuesday, May 11th is the next meeting. I ain't looking again. At 6:30. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Nobody wants to adjourn.
I'll second.
Now, I've got a question here. Who's
Are
gonna,
we adjourned?
just wanna know who's gonna be here next month.
Oh.
Well, we'll just have to, I don't know,
Wing it?
All right.
wing it until we can get it.
We are done there. Thank you very much, everyone.
You need that.
Yes, I do. Thank you very much.
That's mine, but you can have it.
Yeah, I wasn't giving out copies,
Should I pick some of these
so
up?
I did some signatures here.
Yeah, she's gotta turn you in.
You guys all have a good night.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you for attending.
You got the shelter house? Okay. So, are these the parties then?
That's the only.
Only one we got coming up.
Still ain't on the board.